What's going on, my Fly Happy family? It's your boy Izzy. Welcome if you're new. So apparently chaos has broken out once again on the internet about Brianna Turner being signed to the Indiana Fever. And a lot of mixed emotions, but a lot of people are really mad about this. So we're going to have to dig all the way into the whole story to actually understand what's going on. So I wanted to help with that. We're about to get into it, but before we do that, y'all make sure you hit the thumbs up for your boy. If you like the content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're trying to hit 18.4, so if y'all can help me out, that I highly appreciate it. And don't forget to get in the comment section and let me know what y'all think about this. Let's get it. All right, so first off, let's talk about the game itself, right? Let's talk about what she can add to the team. Is this a good sign? Is it a bad sign? She's a defensive player. All in all, flat out defensive player. In the season that she played her most minutes, she averaged 2 blocks and a steal. She signed for, I think, over the veteran minimum. I don't really know if it's an unprotected contract or not, same as Jaylen Brown. I don't know if it's a for sure thing that they're going to keep her. But nonetheless, I think she will add some good defense off of the bench. She is a bench player now. And yeah, I really think it's a good addition when it comes to what she can bring to the team. So me doing my due diligence, I had to go back and try to figure out why people were so mad about the front office of the Indiana Fever making this move, right? So it goes all the way back to when Caitlin Clark was in college in the Final Four, or you could say in the national championship. And I don't know necessarily what she said before this tweet or what she was saying during the game or maybe during the tournament. But let's just read what she said here. I haven't interacted with college women basketball fans much this season, but I'm going to assume that the portion of racist and degrading ones in my mentions this weekend are temporary bandwagon fans. If not, the fan landscape has truly changed since I graduated from college athletics, right? So this is the first thing. And I mean, she just went on and said, like, you know, y'all used to just get in the DM and say hateful things, but now you're more public with it and you have no shame. So that's what she was saying in this, right? So now we go from that to this, okay? Now this is the day after. Somebody tweeted something on the 8th. She said what she said on the 7th of last year, okay? Now she said, respectfully, I'm confused. Is this what the runner-up typically does now? Haven't seen this before, but kudos to them for publicly honoring all that they've accomplished this season, right? And I think a lot of people took this as hate towards Caitlin Clark and towards the fans. Honestly, I don't really see anything wrong with it. I don't think, you know, she said it respectfully, and then she said kudos to them for publicly honoring them, right? Going into the season, right, we remember the incident after Kennedy Carter pushed over Caitlin Clark. And the next day, I think Kennedy Carter came out and said that she was harassed getting off the bus and things of that nature. Now, we all remember what the footage came out to show. I will play it so y'all will see it.
Ms. Carter, have you got the chance to reach out to Caitlin?
Hey, man, come on with that.
Relax. Have you got a chance to reach out to Caitlin? Trinity, have you got the chance?
Okay, so we all remember what happened there, right? And if you didn't, now you remember again, okay? Basically, Kennedy Carter was saying that, hey, I was harassed coming off the bus. And a lot of people took it as Indiana Fever fan because he was asking a Caitlin Clark question. But it really gave off more of a paparazzi type of thing, like somebody just wanted to get the tea. You know, it was really a hot topic. So after that, a lot of the Sky players came out and they were saying, like, you know, they weren't really there, but this type of behavior is unacceptable. We shouldn't be harassed. People, you know, it's dangerous. It was a scary situation. It was lies coming out left and right. And honestly, I think a lot of them just weren't there. You know, they was trying to back up Kennedy Carter, right? So I think they were just kind of saying things and trying to amplify what was happening so people can have some sympathy for what was going on. And I really feel like Brianna Turner got sucked into that as well. So let's just read what she said, right? She said, I wasn't present for the interaction from earlier, but what occurred isn't acceptable. Didn't realize that when we said grow the game, that would be interpreted as harassing players at hotels. You are free to have your own opinion, but consider if this happened to someone you know, right? So that came out, and she was just doubling down, basically saying, thank God they had security traveling with her because it's so dangerous and it's absurd. And right here, she's saying, I would not accept racism as part of the game. It's troubling to speak out against because people are going to come and say things about her anyway. So that was what was going on with the entire Sky team and the fan base at the time. Even Cardoso, one of my favorite rookies coming in, was tied into this. Then we go down a little bit more to the timeline of Caitlin Clark getting poked in the eye, right? The reporter ended up asking Dejanay Carrollton, hey, did you mean to poke Caitlin Clark in the eye? And a lot of people took offense to that, was saying that was terrible reporting. Why would you ask a question like that? When, all honesty, man, I feel like she was just doing her job. Now, I didn't expect any answer to come out besides that it was a mistake. But a lot of people took it negatively, and Brianna Turner was one of them. So let's just read what she said, right? I muted that reporter months ago. Not surprised at all to see their line of questioning. Disappointed, but certainly not surprised. And then you come down, she said, also wondering where they was at when I got hit in the eye and couldn't return to the game. Did eye injuries not matter then? This is sarcasm. And a lot of people took this offensive because, you don't really want to belittle somebody's injury and make it seem less important, make it seem less urgent to talk about. Caitlin actually had a black eye, you know what I'm saying? So people really took offense to this here. And now I also found this tweet. I don't know if this necessarily is going with what Dejanay was calling out Caitlin Clark for. But she said, also calling out racism, sexism, homophobia, transphobia, etc. isn't brave. It certainly isn't worth of a gold star or praise. It's the bare minimum, to be honest. Ignoring/tolerating hate speech is part of the problem because it cultivates a space that enables people to continue their behavior. Now, I think Indiana Fever fans took offense to this because we all know Caitlin Clark was trying to ignore and telling people, hey, I don't pay attention to that stuff. I focus on basketball, which I think was okay. I don't think she has to answer the questions about people using her name for this, that, and the third. Just ignore the trolls. That's basically what Caitlin Clark was doing the entire season and what the entire WNBA should have been doing as well. But they were just having such a hard time with that. But, Dejanay and it seems Brianna Turner was calling out the fact that, hey, you can't really ignore the trolls. You shouldn't do that. You need to answer to all these trolls. A lot of people, including myself, were saying, this is not the way to go about it. You can't expect Caitlin Clark, a 22-year-old, to come out and tell grown people what to do and what to say. It's just not going to happen. Most of the people are going to do this no matter what. You're going to have the hate speech no matter what. You can speak out on it. You can do everything you possibly can, but it's going to always be around. Is it right for it to be around? Is it right for people to say these things? No. But unfortunately, it's going to be around forever. And the more you get the eyes on your league, the more popular you get, the more people come and put a magnifying glass on your league, things are going to come out, things are going to be said. And you gotta roll with the punches. You need the media training. You need the mental training to just get through it and just keep balling, keep doing what you're doing. Now, I do want to shed some light on something she did say on Twitter that I kind of agree with, and I've been saying that a lot of the players need to understand. And that's the players understanding where they are in the timeline. Like Bill Russell, Magic, Bird, they would have looked absurd asking for the money that the NBA players are getting today back then. They would have looked crazy. But for them to continue to play at a high level that they were playing at for the money that they were getting, I think they did an awesome job setting up the foundation for players today to make the money that they're making today. So she goes on to say in this tweet, my 2019 rookie salary was $44,207. Appreciative that rookies this year are making significantly more than I did, and I'm hopeful that rookies 5 years from now are making significantly more than rookies today. It's all about the growth, even if it's more beneficial for others. And that's the main thing I was saying that the WNBA vets need to understand, because Caitlin Clark is showing that the league is going to grow, the league is going to expand, the league is going to get more money, and they need to just embrace the new wave. Do not run off this new wave with the race bait and the hate speech and all the crazy stuff that was going on. We saw what was going on, man. I don't have to go through the whole list, but this is the mindset that all the WNBA players need to have right now. You are setting the pavement, the foundation for these next generational players. And you want to grow. In order to grow, you need to ride these new waves. You can't run off the new waves. Every time growth is coming and you act the way that they were acting, you're going to run off growth. You're going to run off the chances to get millions and millions of views, millions and millions of endorsements, more dollars. You're going to run off your opportunities. And that's what I was saying. They're burning bridges so fast with Caitlin Clark. Didn't even really give her a chance to be a friend, show who she really is, and show that her mindset is to come in and help the W instead of just coming in and gloating about herself. I'm glad to see that Brianna Turner actually said something like this. She said this in April of last year, so she had the right mindset, but I think she did get sucked into the nonsense that was going on throughout the season. And all in all, I think it finally got to her, and she finally understood that, hey, I have to stop engaging with the trolls. This is actually pinned to her account right here. This is at the top, pinned, right? And it say, me reminding myself that I do not have to constantly engage in social media discourse. Every Delulu take does not require further engagement. And that's all everybody was saying, man. This whole time, we was like, hey, you need to take a page out of Caitlin Clark's book. She is not paying attention to the trolls. She's not saying anything nasty about any of the other players because of what other people, fan bases are saying about her. She never did that. A lot of the players couldn't show the maturity to ignore the trolls and actually create this sisterhood amongst each other and protect each other. Don't just protect certain groups of the W. Protect all of the WNBA players. Even the owners, the coaches, all of them needed to learn how to do that. And it's crazy that a 22-year-old had to come into the league and show everybody how it's done. I mean, I'm just saying, I'm not trying to be messy, but my goodness, man. It's another defensive player added to the team, added to the identity that I feel like Stephanie White and the rest of the organization is trying to create. So we'll see, man. I don't think it's a bad pick. I don't think it's a bad sign. I don't know if they're going to sign anybody that they draft. That would be the only question, because I don't think they had that much cap to get anything else done, if I'm not mistaken. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about Brianna Turner being signed to the Indiana Fever. Do y'all think she's going to add to the team in a positive way, or do y'all think she would add disarray in the locker room, man? Let me know in the comment section. I love y'all. Y'all keep it smooth.